love springtime because it's time to refresh a lot of our walls and get them ready for the spring now that we've got a lot of new plants coming in. So too bad you can't smell this jasmine that's right in front of me, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about this wall. It looks like there are a total of 3 or 4 pockets I need to refresh out of a total of 12. So let me zoom in and show you. So this one here looks like that fern didn't make it, and you've got a vine, LYSIMACHIA Goldilocks vine that's actually starting to grow again. So I think what I'll do is I'll replace the fern and keep this one because it will grow in. This pocket here looks like it could use another plant right there in the corner. And then over here, this one also needs a new one. I'm not going to put anything in this one because this is a hosta and that's going to get really big as it grows in. So I'm going to let this hosta grow in, and I might put a smaller fern in here, but between this heuchera next to it and this hosta, this is going to get real big. So I want to give them room to grow. So you'll see a nice color collection. Okay, now I'm going to show you the pocket where we wanted to replace the fern that's not looking too happy. So here, I wanted to show you this because this is interesting. This thing has been in there for probably about almost 2 years. So it's pretty established. Its root system is really grown into the felt. You can kind of see on the back here, there's roots coming out of it. So it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to pull out. And don't worry, hosta's nice and happy over on the side there. And I really gotta pull it to really get it out because the roots are really growing in here. So this is something that can happen. I remove the old plants. We want to place the new plants in the root wrapper. And then we've got a rubber band around that. So what's going to happen here is I take the plant, I remove the soil from it so that it's much thinner, and I place the other plant next to it. I wrap it up like a burrito with a rubber band. Okay, now you can see I have put the pockets that I just planted into the planter, and it looks much better. So we've got a couple areas where you can see the planter, but you got to realize this is early spring and plants are just coming in, so you want to give them room to grow. So let's zero in on some of the spots that we just did. So this one right here, this is that euphorbia that I planted right in here. This is a great accent plant. You see how it blends in nicely with the wall, and it's gonna grow, and as it grows in these walls, it's gonna shoot out different branches, and it's gonna fill in, oops, that space right there. The hosta below it's also gonna get big and fill out over there. You can see here we got some vines, this LYSIMACHIA, I can never pronounce that right, Goldilocks. That thing is just coming up and it's gonna start flowing down. I put in an ivy over here, so that ivy is also going to start flowing down and filling up this bottom spot of it. And then we put in a new fern and a new vine here. So again, this will start growing and it will cover up that area. The fern I picked actually matches the other ferns kind of in the wall. So you've got kind of a nice uniform look going on. And then the top is where you've got that hosta up on top that's just starting to grow in, and you've got the new fern. Because it's the beginning of spring, I'm going to go ahead and fertilize this wall, and then what you'll see is those ferns will get a darker green. Right now they're a little stressed from the winter, so we're going to go ahead and fertilize those so they'll be nice and green. And there you have it. So here is your wall all refreshed. And you know, in probably a few weeks you're going to see this thing grown in. And I'd give it about a month, I guess, a few weeks to a month.